Hello everybody and welcome to Pret Sports America. I'm Rich Estrella. Week 0 is in the books and Bell Gardens is off to a roaring start, beating crosstown rival Bell 40-6. Lancers quarterback Michael Mendoza threw for 154 yards and 4 touchdowns. Junior wide receivers Andres Espinal and Jihad Abdallah each hauled in a pair of touchdown passes, and Daniel Tovar rushed for 69 yards and a touchdown. I caught up with co-head coaches Rudy Ramirez and Chris Griego, and players quarterback Michael Mendoza and all-CIF returning Isiah Flores as they talked about last week's victory and the big game this Friday against El Rancho.
We spent a good time preparing the game plan and everything. We worked hard in the weight room the whole week, and we knew going into this game that we couldn't let the pressure get it to us, especially as our first home game. We had a lot of new guys on the roster, and we just had to calm them down and let them know that we're going to need them at the end of the day, and we came together as a family and we just executed the game plan.
Well, I think everybody performed to expectations. I was a little surprised at the execution. I thought that we'd be prone to more mistakes because we were putting in a new offense, but they seemed to execute very well. I was their motivation and their discipline and their preparedness. I like to think that it was a coaching staff, but it was the dedication of the players that really stood out to me.
Defensively, it seemed like you had a pretty good game, allowing only 6 points.
Yes, our defense, it's been the same defense for 14 years. We've added some twist to it, but the kids are familiar with it, so their execution was where it was supposed to be. Tristan Moreno and Ivan Barajas, they just stood out, and on the end, Isiah Flores and Jesse Medina in the secondary, they just executed and they were ready to go, and they were flying around, and that was great to see.
We scouted them very well. We took their scrimmage and we just dissected it. We knew that if we put pressure on the quarterback, that we were going to control the tempo of the game. He's a new varsity quarterback. They had a very young line, so we took advantage of that. We gave a lot of different looks up front, and we pressured them throughout the first half. Our kids just came to play. This unit has been with me for 3 years, so they know the defense ins and outs, they know the checks, and they're just hungry, a bunch of kids. They're disciplined, they play like a brotherhood, and they take it to the next level. Our logo for the defense, 3 and out, and they preach it, and they live it, and they love it.
Coach, this week, it's El Rancho. It's one of those games that you'd rather see week 8 or 9, but you got them early. That was a good playoff game last year. It came down to the final series of the game. Now you got them again, and again, it's a little early, but it seems like you guys are going to be both well prepared for this one. El Rancho won last week too.
Yeah, the blowouts are only fun for one team, and lately it's been for them. And last year's playoff game showed that we're closing the gap. They have a great tradition over there. Even since when I was in high school, we played against them. They've always been well coached. They've always ran a great system. They've always played with a lot of pride and passion, and it shows on the field with their execution and how they win games. And I like to think that we're closing the gap with this staff and this team and the culture that we're building here. And hopefully we have another great game like we did in the playoff game last year.
I think we've been playing really hard. We've been practicing really hard, preparing for this big game coming up. Biggest rivalry, been going on for decades. The black and blue game.
Yep.
It means a lot to us, very personal. But they're very quick and physical, but we match up just as great. We're right there with them.
It's like whoever makes the least amount of mistakes in this one's going to win this game, right?
Yes, we have to be on top of special teams, offense, and defense.
Let's talk about El Rancho this week, man. That's going to be a good ball game. Was it playoffs last year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a great ball game. Came down, fourth quarter, came down like the last play pretty much. Talk about going into that game this year, being more experienced and having played them in the playoffs as you did. How's that going to help you guys this year?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, we kind of know what to expect, and we know that they're an aggressive defense, and we know that they got a lot of changes on offense this year, but we're just practicing the game plan, and we got to execute it on game night, and it's going to be a good game. Both sides are going to match up pretty well on offense and defense, and we need this win, and we want this win, and we came so close last year that we can't let it slip out of our hands.
You know, Coach Madrano runs a great program. You know, he's been there for quite some time. He's an alumnus from there. He runs a strict program, disciplined kids, runs great offense and defense. We got to play our A game. We can't slip. We got to play for 4 quarters. We got to attack. We got to make sure that we cover every aspect of the game, offense, defense, special teams. When you face a program like that in week 2 of your season, it's huge. So we just got to be ready every play.